Hi guys, Ron here from Crown of Elegance. Welcome back to my channel and thank you guys for tuning in on my tutorial today. I'm going to show you guys how to make a simple holder that can double both as a wrist corsage holder as well as a bracelet holder. So if you guys want to see what I do, please stay tuned. So for this project you would need a base, and in this case I had some leftover cardstock that I'm actually going to compile to create my base, but you can use cardboard if you wish. You will also need 4 lengths of paper towel rolls cut to the following measurements: 10.6875 inches, 10 inches, 6 inches, 3 inches. So let's get started. I took each of my cardstock sheets and I placed glue between them to stick them together. Now I am doing this because I want a base that is sturdy and a base that is thick enough to hold up my holder, because I don't want it collapsing. And I actually got these cardstock sheets off of some clothes that I had purchased, and I found that they were so good to use and I didn't want to throw them away, so I thought I would turn them into a project. And voila, this is the project that I came up with. Now school glue is the best glue to use, or if you have any other liquid glue or liquid adhesive, you could use that to glue down this region as well. So now I have compiled all my sheets and I've glued them together, and this is the thickness that I have gotten, but I wanted it a little thicker. So I had some foam board in a scrap section that I've been saving, and I decided to add the foam board to this so that I could make it a little thicker as well. So I'm just going to glue these in place using my glue gun. I'm just filling in extra spaces with extra scraps of foam board that I had lying around, and just to make it even. You don't have to do all of this. If you have cardboard, that's going to work fine. But because I didn't have that on hand and I wanted to make it even, I put all these pieces together. For my holder, I am using black satin cloth to cover the base that I just made, and I'm just going to use my glue gun to attach it to this base. And I have covered the front, and I decided to cover the back to make it a little neater. And this is how it looks. We're just going to put our base aside and then match up the paper towel rolls. So our paper towel roll that measures 10.6875 inches is going to go with our roll that measures 6 inches. And our 10-inch roll is going to match with our 3-inch rolls. So we're just going to create a T with each of them by tracing a circle in the center of the length of our roll. And we are just going to cut out that circle. And I'm using my X-Acto knife to do this for both sets of paper towel rolls. Our aim is to get each roll to fit into the other. Now that I've cut out the holes in the both lengths of paper towel, I'm just matching them up to make sure that they could fit on the inside of the paper towel. and make sure that it could turn smoothly. And I did that for both sets of paper towel rolls. I chipped away any little extra edge that was hindering it from fitting in. And there I have both tees. And now to cover them. Beginning with my 3-inch roll, I am just going to place it inside of the satin fabric in the position that I want it to be. And then I'm going to use my glue gun and attach it to the fabric. And roll it so that it is completely covered. And then I'm going to trim off any excess fabric that I don't need. And making sure to trim off any small sets of threads that have been hanging around the edges of the fabric. So I'm just going to finish off this roll by using my glue gun to attach the fabric to the paper towel roll. Now the excess fabric that is sticking out on the ends, I'm just going to bend them inwards and attach them with my glue gun to look like this. I'm repeating the process for the rest of the paper towel rolls. Now for the rolls that have the hole in the center, I'm just going to use my scissors and cut around a small semicircle to make sure that I keep the hole intact, and then place some notches into the fabric to get it to bend and stick inwards. And then I'm just going to use my glue gun and attach the fabric on the inside of the paper towel roll. That space needs to be clear so that we can stick our smaller pieces of paper towel roll on the inside of the fabric. So this is how it should look thus far. And we repeat it for the other side of the fabric. Covering in the same way and making sure to trim off any extra fabric that we don't need. And this is how the completed roll should look. To cover the sides of the roll that we just covered, we need to have 2 circle cutouts. So I'm just using cardboard to do this, and I'm going to trace that circle cutout, and I'm just going to cut out 4 of those to cater for the 2 lengths of paper towel rolls. I've cut out my 4 circles, and we are going to cover them the same way like we cover the paper towel roll, and that's with the black satin cloth. So I have attached my circle to the paper towel roll, and where they join, I further decided to add some rhinestone mesh around that region, and I'm just going to do that for the other paper towel rolls as well. So I've completed all my rolls, and this is how they look thus far. So we are just going to put them together. So I'm going to match them back up. And if you remember, the 10.6875 inch roll must go with the 6-inch roll, and the 10-inch must go with the 3-inch. So as you can see, I'm just putting them on the inside of each other. At this point, you can glue them if you want, but I did not glue mine because I would like to remove it whenever I feel like doing so. So I have just rested them on top of each other to create that T. And I'm just going to do that for the second pair of paper towel rolls. Again, you can glue it if you want, but I chose not to glue it because I'd like it to be removable. And I have created my 2 T's. So now I'm just going to bring back my base and we are going to attach them to the base, and I'm just going to use my glue gun to do this. So I'm just smoothing out all the rough edges and then I'm going to put them together. Now if you find that it's not sturdy enough, one tip that I could recommend is to either tack it in, or you can create a hole in your base and stick it down inside that hole so that it could stay more sturdy. And I'm just lining them up at this point. To attach the T to the base, I used my glue gun and I just lined it up as to where I want it, about halfway into the length of the base, and then I just attached it there. And then I attached the second T in the same way in front of that first T that I just attached. The shorter T goes in front. In no specific manner, I didn't measure the distance between them. I just eyeballed it and positioned it how I wanted it to be. And around the base of each T, I decided to place a rhinestone mesh. And that completes my wrist corsage and jewelry holder. This is something that you guys can do for yourself. It's super easy. So thank you guys so much for watching, and I will catch you in the next video. Bye.